some interesting development over the weekend. I came across a video of Stradman's car loading into a trailer, which I would assume is going back to him. Where does he?
In Utah.
In Utah.
Okay.
It's got that weird wrap on it, whatever wrap that is. I don't know.
The purple one with his dog?
I guess.
Okay.
I'm not too familiar with like all that kind of shit, whatever, but do you know any kind of context behind, in terms of timeline? So I would imagine that I remember hearing something about it being there's some sort of correlation between a timeline between when that car got wrapped and when it got sent. Is that accurate?
I believe so. So I think what everyone was bringing up originally was the fact that like, why was it, or like what happened between James getting the car and like the runway video, because the runway video when he was at B-Rogue and then they were doing all the testing and then the runway video the next day, then it kind of just went silent after that, right?
Okay.
So
was the car working in the runway video?
Yeah, and it was orange. Like it was not wrapped.
I see. Okay.
So sometime between the runway video, the car getting wrapped, and then going back to James, something happened. Now, you showed me the video, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the one of it getting loaded into the trailer. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
so I just showed you the video.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let me bring it up here.
Can we throw it up on the thing?
Yeah, we'll throw it up for sure. So let me just mention.
Sounds great.
Fuck, does this car sound good?
Yeah.
Like this car, I don't like. I miss my SV. And I'm getting SV sound vibes here.
It's the double-edged sword of a 5-liter Gallardo, man.
Oh my God. I'm actually, when I got this video, I was like, holy fuck. The first thing when I played this video, I was like, fuck me, does this car sound good? Yeah. I couldn't believe how good this. I wish my car sounded this fucking good, to be honest with you. Didn't he? Man. So didn't he mention in this video, or in his video, that I remember it was like blowing smoke out of the car?
Yeah, but that video is from his garage, right? It's after he took delivery of the car.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Right?
So
okay, so
it's not there.
What? It's not. No, it's not in this video. The car's running. It's got the wrap on it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I would assume that that's right before it went back to him, though, right? Because the wrap's on the car. That looks like, maybe we should cross-reference the trailer, and the guy in the video looks like the same.
It's the same guy in the video.
In the trailer. It looks like it. The trailer looks the same.
Okay.
Because remember, it was like it's like a plywood trailer, and that's when he scooped the oil with his finger or whatever, showed it. But
okay. Yeah.
Maybe that's something we should check. But that looks like it.
Interesting. Okay. Wasn't this? Don't they run? Okay, so first of all, when would this have been delivered?
Well, he said he got the car in January, right?
Yeah, and I remember
it was later because the rap video on the Hamilton collection was from February, but James said January, so this would be. I mean, it looks like winter.
Yeah. So there's no trees. There's no leaves on it. Yeah. There's no trees on the leaves. There's no leaves on the trees. And I do remember talking to Brandon about me going to do a runway thing with them,
your car.
like on the next one or whatever, with my car after they did that runway thing with his, or whoever else, and whoever else. And then I also remember talking to him in the new year about it again, and him mentioning that this car was getting shipped out.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why, my birthday is January 15th, so I remember it was right around my birthday. So this car must have been delivered back to him right around my birthday.
In January.
Like
to James.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, because we talk every once in a while or whatever. But, and then something else that you were mentioning was, which I didn't, I don't run ethanol in my car.
We live in Canada.
Yeah. So
Do you want me to explain my
yeah,
thought
so
process
you were mentioning there's
Okay.
like some technicalities with this kind of thing.
Yeah, because no one, I don't think anyone's like, we know what your car makes on pump gas.
My car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what it could make on ethanol. You don't run ethanol because it's just it's a pain in the ass here, right?
Yeah.
In Canada. A lot of the cars when we're around there at B-Rogue or most people in the States are on E85. Why? Because it's a cheat code and it's easier, it's safer. That's a big one, safer.
Okay.
We know the deal with 5 liters and the fact that they're not like Huracans and everything there that's making like if the car made, what was it, 12 or 1300 horsepower?
I don't know.
That is not on pump gas. There's
Okay.
no, in my mind, that is not on pump gas. That's on E85. So
Interesting.
if that car was, now this is the unknowns of was the car sent out with E85 in it or not. Chances are if it was right after the runway and getting wrapped and stuff, maybe it could have been. And I'm sure you're aware also, because of possibilities of running it, what happens when you try to start a car on E85 in the cold.
It doesn't start.
They either don't start or they're very hard to start. They take a long time to crank over. If E85 sits for too long in a car, it's not good for it. Like,
Interesting.
there's pros and cons to it, right? But that's why like you can't even go buy it at the pump and like say you go to
gotcha.
Detroit, you can't buy it at the pump in the winter.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So like,
And it's going to where?
Utah.
Utah.
They
It's
got
fucking
snow.
cold there.
We don't know the temperature on the date it's delivered, but
Yeah.
there was snow on the ground in the video, so you could rightfully assume that it was cold.
In this video? Not this one.
No, in James'
Idaho?
video.
Oh, okay.
In Idaho, yeah.
We're in Utah. Fuck, I keep saying Idaho. I don't know why.
There's snow on the ground when it got there, so
Okay.
I don't know. Now here's another thing that could be: it sat in a trailer for who knows how many days.
Okay.
But unless he straight shotted it,
Yeah.
maybe. But
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
still probably, what's the drive time from Chicago to Salt Lake City?
I have no idea.
It's not short.
Yeah.
So
it's
it
a long
sat-
time, yeah.
Assuming after that video where it drove onto the trailer, it sat with potentially ethanol in it for however many times, and then maybe something happened. Like, do you think something could have happened either in transport even, or just issues like that arise? Like, it's a normal, it happens.
Interesting. Yeah, so there's a lot of context missing in
Yeah.
in that video.
Now that's
that
just
buddy
my
made.
2 cents about,
Yeah.
whether, the whole fueling thing as well, but
Yeah.
it's, food for thought, I guess, or
Yeah, well, fact of the matter is the car's running in this video, getting loaded, which appears to be the same trailer, same guy,
and based on your conversation of it being,
around in January,
Yeah.
around my birthday, about
Yeah.
the whole runway thing.
yeah.
Around that. So who knows? Form your own opinions about it, but here's a video with a little bit more context for everybody to take a look at.
Let us know what you think, I guess.
Yeah.
Or if you have any theories.
If anybody else has some more context,
Either context or theories about, because I think my new theory is the ethanol one. personally.
Interesting. A lot of people in the comment section in the first video seem to, be pseudo lawyers
Yeah.
and
didn't read
pseudo
all of them.
mechanics
Okay.
as well. So I wouldn't mind some more context if from people that actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
One of the most common things that I saw in that video was people mentioning, that I know nothing about the law, which you and I both know. I know a decent amount about the law.
Yeah.
I have friends who are lawyers,
Yeah.
litigation lawyers, to be specific as well. And I've been in certain situations like this. And what I can tell you is you don't necessarily have to blatantly lie in order for you to have a leg to stand on with a defamation case. What you also could do is you could leave out specific information in order to mislead
Yeah.
the context of a situation, which could then also be considered for a defamation case. So there's a lot of legalities into this that
Yeah.
people really don't understand. There's a lot of context missing from this.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of situations where I know from my perspective that when I engage a legal team, they advise me not to say anything. So a lot of people are wondering why B-Rogue is not saying anything, and I would have to imagine me having the experience that I do in similar situations like this and being smart legally, the less said, the better. So that may very well be a reason why B-Rogue's not necessarily coming out and mentioning certain things about what happened, because, you know, the more you say, the more you leave yourself open to liability.
Yeah, liability.
So, you know, I don't know. I'm no lawyer. I'm not trying to advise anybody on what they should do in situations like this, but that very well could be the case. You know, nonetheless, came across the video. It's an interesting video, provides a little bit more context.
Yeah.
And I see, you know, like I mentioned, some people in the comments are kind of like, oh yeah, you know what? There seems to be some other things left out here, or, you know, this kind of situation is, you know, maybe there is more context that needs to be addressed or, you know, heard. So I'll leave it up to everybody in the comments to go battle it out. But here's some extra context for you.